He does come back with like a ladle of water. Still looking really subconscious.
Muktesh is going to knock it out of his hand. Not for me, you cod. For the fire. You're so bad.
He is reduced to this like pile of quivering paladin that is just you've destroyed his self-confidence. I hope you feel happy now.
Muktesh
Score one for us.
Yeah, Muktesh looks a little happy as they walk back to the
Terrible.
to the old manor house.
All right. By now it is getting fairly late into the morning. It's like maybe 1 or 2 a.m. Muktesh is very tired. But you wish to question the Cinderwing people?
Yeah, I'll see if they're around.
I would say probably they were, because you came back during the night, and releasing them would have been a bad idea.
Yeah, like where the fuck are they gonna go?
Yeah. And it's, martial law, so if they had left, it would have been bad. Plus, you had reason to believe that they would probably rat you out, because one of them did.
Aw.
So yeah, they're still there, definitely.
Well, I'll ask them, there was a mighty big explosion over at the Pig and Whistle. Paladins are saying it was y'all.
So hopefully you're waking them up out of their slumber to do this.
No, he's just going to walk into the room and say that.
Well, look, he's a Warforged. I don't know, he might do that.
That's what he's doing.
They're gonna wake up like strapped to a chair.
He clanks into the room in his fake paladin costume and, turns on the lantern and just starts talking. He records everything all the time. He just assumes, people hear things.
That's true.
They're probably not even there. He is insane at this point.
No, they wake up groggily as Depp is talking to them while they're asleep. And then, of course, they wake up to a paladin in their room, as far as they know.
This will turn out well.
So, no, it doesn't actually turn out very well. They are the young kid who's like 15 at best, and the woman who's in her 20s, just suddenly start freaking out, and they rush, either to the corner of the room, or if there's a window, they rush to that.
All right, Muktesh is going to hit somebody with the ladle he took.
Just roll a 1d6 to see who it is.
Are you trying to command them to pay attention?
With the ladle?
Yeah.
I just wanted to hurt somebody.
Oh. Okay.
Nah, not really.
Wow.
He's just turning into a cruel asshole all of a sudden.
Yeah. This is an abrupt character change for Muktesh. I don't like it.
It got dark. So yeah, what are you doing?
No. Instead, how would Muktesh handle this? As a brain wizard.
Probably just reach his hand into their brain.
Wow. I don't know if I can do that.
I didn't know he was a replicator.
But no, probably a mind scan. If you feel like it. It depends on what you want to do. You can try to calm them down, or you can take my horse.
He'll try to calm him down the old-fashioned way. He'll just hold his hands and be like, whoa, easy. And he's holding a ladle.
Well, that makes him
That's how you know
immediately
he's
more
trustworthy.
trustworthy. Yeah.
Especially since he knocked the ladle to the ground earlier. So how does he still have it? That's a good question.
It is a good question. One we will have to answer later. I think it requires maybe a rapport roll.
A what now?
Rapport? Isn't that how you pronounce that?
Oh.
R-O-P-P-O-R-T.
Yeah, I definitely don't have
the
that.
correct
So
pronunciation.
Yeah.
You didn't dumb it down.
Alright. That is, even though it's unskilled, you still succeed. So they buy into it, even though you're, 2 paladins in their room, as far as they know. I assume you don't correct them on their assumption?
Wow, are they pointing at us and going, paladins?
Probably not. They're more interested in, running through the window.
Yeah, I mean, Muktesh's immediate concern is making sure they don't go flying out the window. He doesn't quite realize at the moment that You know.
All right, but they do calm down. Not really. They don't really become unwary, but they're approachable now. So what do you ask? He just repeats his question. Same tone of voice.
Did y'all blow up the pig and whistle?
We didn't. We've been here the whole time, the kid answers.
Well, I meant the more generalized y'all, as in your association, the Cinderwings.
Oh, damn right. Maybe?
Depp's iris narrower.
Well, I don't know why we would, but yeah, I mean, I make all the bombs for the Cinderwings.
You know why they might want to blow up the pig and whistle?
No.
How many of those bombs did you make for him?
He, seriously thinks about it for a minute. A lot? The woman pipes up with, he's been working for us for a couple weeks now. It is a lot. Almost sounds proud of it for some reason.
Depp can't understand people who can't immediately keep track of everything.
Why would they blow up the pig and whistle?
We already answered. We don't know.
You know who hangs out there, don't you?
It's an Ondarin bar. Why?
Moctesh gestures.
With the ladle?
No, with his empty hand.
Oh.
Like they should know why.
It does take him a minute to connect it, and then he goes, oh.
Alright, now tell me.
Pretend that I don't know. It's a test.
I totally do know, but just pretend.
Tell my friend who doesn't understand.
Explain it to the robot.
The kid opens his mouth and starts saying something, and then all of a sudden, one of the buildings across the street blows up.
Moctesh falls over onto the woman.
The window shatters. The house shifts. That's how close it is.
So it seems like he's protecting her, but he really just fell over. I'm surprised.
Depp's head swivels around to face backwards as he looks back out towards the building that blew up.
It seems like it was that nice Warforged cheese wheel vendor.
His eyes iris wide.
All three of them.
Oh no! Well, head over in that direction.
Depp, what is it? I'm on the floor.
That Warforged cheese vendor.
Else too.
His shop just blew up.
Do you think he did a bad case of cheese?
I don't reckon cheese being that explosive, Moctesh. We gotta hurry. He might still be alright, if I hurry.
Alright, let's...
And then
let's
there's
go.
a much larger explosion. I'm sure he's fine.
Maybe if Frazzlefuse made the cheese, then it would be explosive cheese.
Only after you ate it.
By this point, everyone else should be awake because, well, an explosion going off across the street is pretty
blowing
loud.
shit up.
Yeah. I didn't do it. I swear to everyone above us that I did not do this.
Incongruously, Gyrax emerges in a full set of pajamas. Anyone's guess as to where he got them.
Are they silk?
Yes.
Feels so good
He's
on
even
my
scales. He's even wearing a nightcap.
Somehow.
Where would he get it?
He's got one of those like butt flaps.
Yeah, he actually got into Turducken's closet.
Oh my! But yeah, well, leaving Turducken's house is, pretty easy. There's a lot of confused shouting, a lot more people rushing to get the fires out because this is a better neighborhood than the Pig and Whistle was. Paladins are converging all over the place, and they're not paying a single attention to, people who are on the street just yet, because they need to lock down the situation in the cheese dispensary.
How destroyed is the building?
About as wrecked as the Pig and Whistle was.
All right. So it's just gone.
It's pretty much wrecked, yeah.
Well,
and since this was a really tall building, for some reason, it's like collapsed partway onto one of the other buildings. It's a mess.
Uh-oh. Well, Depp is going to start looking around for remnants of the Warforged cheesemonger.
You don't see anything. It could be buried under the rubble, though.
He finds a bolt.
A screw rolls out of the wreckage. So
disgusting.
I guess I'll start shifting rubble while I wait for the others.
All right. I won't make you roll for it, but none of the other paladins even question your presence there. They just start helping you.
Well, yeah, humanitarian stuff.
Indeed, and you don't seem to find anybody in the wreckage. No one at all.
Maybe the cheesemonger was the bomb.
Or he just doesn't live here.
Or he was the bomb.
Or he was the bomb.
Where else would he live? He's a Warforged. He doesn't need a house. I guess you could have a house anyway if you wanted one.
Yeah, why not? He's a free man, a free robot.
Exactly. Not all Warforged are as obsessed with efficiency as some.
Anyway,
11.
You guys are all awake now.
Yeah, because somebody keeps blowing shit up.
If they come out, I'll let them know about the Pig and Whistle.
All right.
Fill them in on the details. It was an Ondaran bar, and let them come to that realization, and then I'll tell them to explain it to me.
Okay.
Just to make sure they know.
Somebody is blowing up. No. Yes, somebody's blowing up stuff that the Cinderwings wouldn't normally blow up to sour public opinion against them. Except, is the cheesemonger connected to Ondare, the Cinderwings? Or is he just some dude?
Yeah, we didn't establish a background for him. He was just really happy to help.
So we don't know if he has some connection to Ondare. So he might have some connection to the Ondaran population in the city.
Could be.
Well, let's ask Turducken. Is he still awake?
Oh yeah, well.
Yeah, after explosion number 2.
Yeah.
Now it's a bigger glass of brandy.
he's just
like a
drinking
comically
straight from the
huge snifter. You just emptied the entire bottle into it, and it's just drinking that. What was his title again? Is it Baron?
Yes, Baron.
So we asked the Baron.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know anything about the cheesemonger? Really?
Yeah, he's a cheesemonger.
Yeah.
Makes cheeses.
Yeah. The Warforged Tyro.
The Hyro?
Tyro.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Through his, he's deep into his cups by this point. But,
we're all really tired. So at this point,
he's just been drinking all night. This is great.
And Rook is just bleary-eyed, like, I don't need this shit.
His staff is starting to brew coffee, immediately.
Yeah.
Overseeing
is berating them for not using the right beans.
And
Your
they're just
grinding
getting.
method is just terrible.
Is that even a conical burr grinder? I bet it isn't.
You're burning the milk.
Oh, God, don't get me started.
Motherfuckers.
Don't get me started.
So what does the Baron know about those guys? About that guy?
And is he scraping hot cheese from outside of his place and eating it?
Oh.
It's delicious.
Don't think
No,
that's
he's
quite
not
how it
doing
works.
No. He says he was a non-Darren, yes. As far as I know, he lives with some other family elsewhere in the city.
I hope he's safe.
Me too. He made an excellent Gouda. That's his entire contribution to this conversation.
Depp assumes Gouda is a cheese, but doesn't know.
Well, I'm afraid that right now his shop doesn't look very Gouda at all.
Oh. Campaign. Sorry.
If he were alive, he'd feel a bit blue.
And that's how we lost Smug his last viewers.
Oh, dear.
So, alright, so allegedly he lives with some family, but they attacked his shop, they attacked another Ondaran establishment. So it's somebody else attacking the Ondarans. Because I can't imagine the Cinderwings themselves being Ondarans would attack a bunch of Ondarans. Unless they were sympathizers or something.
Unless they were secretly reverse Ondarans.
But where would they get such a good bomb from? Maybe we need to ask our bomb maker who else could be supplying bombs.
That's true.
Then
also, if we had some fragments of the bomb that destroyed the cheese shop or the pig and whistle, we could have the bomb maker and also our other demolitions expert.
Maybe we should try to find such a thing.
Frazzles the fuses.
What?
What? Bombs. Somebody blew stuff up.
Oh, right.
They're
bombs.
They're infringing on your trademarks.
Oh, that's right. What do you want me to do about it?
I hope.
Can you build a bomb that unexplodes things?
This goes against his entire religion.
Yeah. Like an opposite bomb?
Yeah.
Bomb backwards.
A mob.
There you go.
I guess I could not do that. That's ridiculous.
In the short term, though, yeah, if we had like some fragments of the explosives, maybe Frazzle Fuse and the bomb-making kid could suss something out, figure out if it is one of his designs.
All right. Do you want to do that?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. It really is no effort because at this point the paladins are they seem a little panicked. There's less people at this one than there was at the Pig and Whistle.
Yeah.
And so you're able to comb through and find some pieces of the bomb. And between Frazzle Fuse and the kid kind of nods and says, "Yeah, that's what I made."
Let's kill him.
No. I went to a great deal of effort to avoid him dying.
Let's get back to bombs.
Well, yeah, let's just have him make more bombs, and then that will somehow solve our problem.
Alright, so it is one of his bombs, or a reasonable facsimile.
Mm-hmm.
Treachery in the Cinderwings, maybe?
Yeah, he just looks utterly flabbergasted. He has no idea why this is happening.
Okay, what about the woman?
Yeah, she doesn't know either.
You don't know of any... There are no divisions inside the Cinderwings at all?
We were just one group. We were all led by Maul. I don't think there are any cells.
Did we ever meet Maul?
No. You've heard the name, but not that.
Okay, who's Maul?
He's our boss. He's the guy that runs the place.
Okay. Where is Maul?
I don't know. They captured us when they raided his butchery. He escaped, I think. I mean, if he was with us, they would have, burned him too, even though he's metal. The kid gestures around himself as though he's made of metal.
So he's a Warforged.
Yeah.
Like Depp.
Yeah. Just well, I mean, no offense, but you're much smaller than Maul.
Hey, size ain't everything.
Okay, so Maul is a Warforged, which does explain the name.
Mm-hmm.
Maul ran off. What? Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Butchery?
Butchery.
So Maul's a butcher.
Maul's the butcher.
Okay, that is a terrible naming theme.
The butcher, the cheese maker, and the candlestick baker. It's all coming together.
Crime.
I've figured it out. The bishop just wants a really good ham sandwich.
Damn, you got me.
We need to find a Warforged baker. Alright. So Maul is a butcher. He's apparently the head of the Cinderwings. He got away. So do you know anybody else in the Cinderwing leadership at all, or is it just Billiam and Maul?
Well, no, we weren't really that big. Maybe, I don't know, 15 of us?
Alright, so there's about 15 of you, and 4 of you got captured.
Yeah, the rest, and at that he just suddenly seizes up. Looks really sad.
The rest?
The paladins killed him.
That's obvious.
Alright, then who... Okay, so then... Were the bombs at the butchery?
Yeah.
Okay, so... Right now, all the explosives that you guys made are in the hands of the paladins. The paladins are using them to attack...
No, that's not right.
No?
We hid them. There's no way they could have figured out our hiding scheme.
Where'd you hide him?
In the meat.
The party just shares a look.
Did he say he hid bombs in meat?
Yeah.
Yeah, Muktash pauses in eating a steak to
So you hid bombs, which are explosive, inside meat, which people cook.
But the bombs are big, right?
We didn't sell the meat that we hid the bombs in.
And there's no time that the meat could have been delivered in that point of time anyway. That was hours ago.
Yeah.
I don't even know what day it is anymore. That was hours ago.
It was.
It's Christmas Day.
So the odds of the bombs having been distributed by accident are astronomically low.
Mm-hmm.
So someone did it on purpose.
Did what on purpose?
Distributed the bombs.
Yes.
Put them in places on purpose.
Yes.
If the only people that survived were these two,
Mm-hmm.
Billiam, the guy that got horse smushed,
Mm-hmm.
and Maul.
Mm-hmm.
That's 5 people. 1 dead. 2 are here. That leaves Billiam and Maul. Or the paladins finding everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably not Billiam. Probably.
And the kid said it's probably not the paladins.
The kid said it's probably not the paladins. That leaves Maul.
Indeed.
Well, where are we going to find this guy?
He's a huge warforged. How hidden can he be? He said he's bigger than you, and you're not a small fellow.
He might be in some meat.
a giant set of ribs from some prehistoric animal, perhaps.
He's running around inside a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
We're back to the Flintstones.
And Steve's like, that's way better than what I had, damn it.
Quick, somebody play polka.
Polka will never die.
Call it down.
So are you musing about this out loud?
Yes.
All right, well, the kid just hops up as you're discussing Maul and says, no, he was a special Warforged during the war. He's, one of them stealth models.
What do you mean stealth?
He's all black. He doesn't make a noise.
Whoa.
Doesn't make any noise.
No.
But he's huge.
Okay, but he's still big, right?
Sure.
He can't turn invisible or anything.
Not that I know, no.
Or insubstantial.
He does have a flight pack, though.
And a disc launcher. He's just up there. Shake our fist at him. So, when he escaped from the butchery, because he was the only one that escaped, because the rest of you guys got caught.
Yeah.
Tell us exactly what happened up to that point.
What? Do we gotta? I mean,
you can leave out. I'm very sorry that your friends got killed. Okay. Here's the thing: if this keeps happening, then the people of this city are going to hate the Onderans, and this city will never be free from Thrain. And that maniac of an archbishop is going to be in charge forever. Maybe literally forever, depending on what the hell he is. That's an understatement.
All right. Well, he relays the story as best he can. I didn't really have it planned out or anything, but basically
Now we see the real reason.
They basically just raided the place. Most didn't. I mean, they were taken by complete surprise, but most didn't, surrender at that point. Many took up arms or were just killed straight out. Billiam was knocked down because he's a gnome.
Yeah.
And base knocked out. The kid surrendered because he's not a fighter. He's basically the engineer. And the woman surrendered because she wasn't there to fight. She was basically there to help them recover their wounds.
Right.
And Maul just kind of slipped out the back. Seemed like things were bad. After that, they got dragged. Pretty much all of the remaining, and the guy that got trampled, of course, he surrendered.
Mm-hmm.
But they all brought him to the burnt citadel. And as far as they know, since there wasn't anything left at the malls, they just left it alone.
Okay, and we basically know what happened from there, because that's where we came in.
Right.
Alright, so who thinks we should go to the butchery?
You all got any safe houses?
Yeah, a few, I guess.
Reckon y'all can tell us where they are? Maybe we can check them, see if we can find Maul. Make sure he is behind it or ain't.
He, kind of stumbles about it and doesn't really know what to say, because it's kind of semi-betraying his people, but...
there are no people left.
There's that, and also, you made a pretty compelling argument before, so eventually he does cave, and he says he'll mark them on a map for you.
Okay. I think we should probably start with the butchery, though. What do you guys think?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Obviously, we should split the party and have each one of us go to a separate place alone.
Or
Perfect.
we could go to the butchery first, scout the scene of the crime.
Let's do that.
All right.
Okay. Realize that after this whole bombs and meat thing, we can never trust Frazzle Fuse around the food again.
What?
But he was the party chef.
What?
I thought you guys liked my gunpowder seasoning.
You said my gunpowder tea was delicious.
Look, just because I use a little extra salt, it doesn't mean anything's gonna happen.
Alright, well, it's getting probably around dawn at this point.
So is the curfew up then?
Close enough, right? Because they're busy handling explosives.
Yep. Okay. So our large armed party goes out in the streets.
Well, you're probably still wearing paladin stuff, right?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. We can pass, mostly.
Alright.
I wonder how those guys we stole the uniforms from turned out.
They go back to their barracks and they're like, what the hell? My clothes are gone. My armor.
No, there was the two guys that we
knocked out.
We had to knock out.
And the guy that Skylar punched right in the spine.
Yeah.
Severing it.
Probably dead, yeah.
No!
Alright. So the butchery.
Skylar gains a rep like the hardest member of the party.
As you're traveling there, you hear another explosion happening way to the north of the city.
God damn it.
Heading in the area closer to where the Pig and Whistle was, actually. Not quite near it, but in the sort of southwestern region of the city.
Right.
And it very much is a site of a battle. They didn't even bother to clean up the corpses.
This is nice.
It doesn't actually smell too bad because as you find out once you approach the place, it actually has some pretty cool artifice that Skylar would probably love. It's a refrigerate.
Oh, because it's a butchery.
Really?
It's nice.
So,
Neato keen.
Yeah, it's a fairly large place as butcheries go. And it says Malls, apostrophe S on the front. That's just the name of the butchery.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm glad he corrects the apostrophe S.
He's a grammatically sensitive guerrilla rebel fighter.
So we need to check this place out.
Yep.
Let's split up and look for clues, gang.
I'll just go ahead and say that there's no one here, so there's no reason to sneak about.
Okay.
Okay.
And there's no traps either.
I got my investigative powers going.
Do so.
Okay. Depp investigates.
That's
it's
a skill.
success. Right? Yeah, it's skilled.
Alright, what in specific are you looking for, though?
Clues? I don't know, what do you want me to look for?
Well, one thing we should be looking for is if there's any of the bombs remaining in the meat.
Right, I'm looking for meat bombs.
Right. Since you do know where to look, you might have even got to have the kid tell you where the bombs were hidden specifically.
Yeah. Sure, we did that.
You find that none of the specified meat is there.
So that's what? How many bombs?
At least 20.
At least 20 bombs. And from what we know of the bombs after Frazzle's in, the kid analyzed them. The destruction that's going on, are we talking one bomb at a time?
Yeah, it's probably... Well, Frazzle can probably guess it takes at least 3 bombs to entirely demolish a building like that.
So that's 9 of them down.
At least, yeah. The cheese wheel probably took a little bit more because the cheese wheel factory was for some reason big.
So we got around 10 more bombs out there.
Yeah. Yeah, we should err on the side of caution and assume there's at least half of them left. Okay, let's see if we can find anything incriminating or exonerating.
For Maul's dream journal.
Yeah.
Can we build a chemical sensor and have a blonde man run around, pointing at things to find the bombs and freeze them with a freeze spray?
I don't get the reference.
It's Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I remember.
We'll just put a bad blonde wing on Gyrax, and he can ride.
Oh man, he could do cartwheels while naked. It's gonna be great.
Revengeance is mine.
I don't think anybody ever said that in the game.
All right, so that was a missed opportunity then.
Yeah.
So
Turn off my pain inhibitors, Doctor.
so
That's what Kojima said when they handed him his pink slip.
oh,
Damn.
Too
heart's
soon.
broken.
Hmm.
So like looking for like I guess if he has an office or whatever kind of residence that Maul kept here.
Yep, sure did.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for anything that would paint him as secretly a bad guy. Correspondence from the Archbishop, maybe a secret Silver Flame shrine. I don't know, whatever comes up.
All right, go ahead and roll for it, Depp. Since I assumed you'll be leading this investigation.
Am I rolling again?
Yes.
Investigation.
Okay, hold on.
I will.
We're just standing there all confused.
Damn.
Unable to find anything while like right behind us is a big sign that says I heart Dalkier. Like I don't know, there's no sign of what could possibly be going on here.
This streak's gotta end soon, but for now I'm riding it.
That's good, yeah. What would you find?
His dream journal. That's what I was looking for. Dear Diary. It's me, Maul.
I don't think he'd be smart. He probably is smart enough to not have written like explicit plans as to what he's doing.
Right.
Oh, I get it. I know what happens.
Oh shit.
You hear as you're rifling around the office, a certain white-haired gnome makes a noise, and you're able to catch him. Basically,
good.
Basically, he walked into the butchery, made some noise, stupidly, saw you guys milling about, and then tried to, cheese it out of there. But he's, a little banged up, not exactly in the best of health at the moment. And at least one of you is able to, knock him down. Maybe just, put a foot on him.
Mm-hmm.
And, so you've got him. You weren't able to find anything
Billion.
else in his office, though. He does look especially terrified of Rook.
How's it going, buddy?
I suppose begging for my life would be a little gauche at this point.
I would let you live. If I wanted you dead, you'd be dead.
Hmm.
So, here's the thing.
What do you want?
Your little organization of the Cinderwings here got betrayed. Now, there's basically two people that it could have been. It was either you or it was your buddy Maul. So, the thing. I'm going to ask you real frankly, straight up, were you the one responsible for what happened?
He actually starts laughing at you.
I
don't
put my
understand what's going
boot
on.
down a little harder on him.
And that cuts off the laugh, but yeah, he's just like, you don't have any idea what's going on, do you?
Here's what I know. I know that the Archbishop is probably not what he looks like. I know that the currently remaining number of Cinderwings is 4. 2 of whom we are keeping safely under lock and key for right now. And I know that somebody is using the bombs that were made for you guys to blow up Ondaran establishments.
So, Garen and Kat are all right. You know those are the names. The kid and the kid and the woman.
Yes. And they're going to stay that way.
He just kind of sags suddenly and goes, okay. Well, This was the big plan that Maul had. If things were to end up this way. I came back because I didn't know where else to go, but at this point, it's all over.
His big plan was to start killing his own people?
His big plan was to draw out the Paladins so that they wouldn't be guarding the Burnt Citadel anymore.
Oh.
Well.
So he placed the bombs all around the city to set them off, to draw out the Paladins so that he could go into the Burnt Citadel itself.
Yes.
Is he going after the Archbishop?
Not as such, but yes.
Then what is he going after as such?
I assume you've interrogated Garen and you know all about the bombs and how many there were?
Yep.
How many do you think have gone off by now?
Probably about 10.
Where do you think the other 10 would be?
He's gonna blow up the Burnt Citadel. That's great.
You see,
Not great.
Maul was constructed specially. He has certain working parts that allow him to move silently, and, well, it also needed big housing. He could pack a lot in there, you know?
Oh, he's turned himself into a bomb.
Yes.
That's reckless.
He didn't intend to survive.
No, I mean, why would he want to see what happens as a result of his dumbass choice? Because what he's going to bring down on the city is going to be the wrath of Thrain.
Yes, probably. The fight has just utterly gone out of Billiam. He doesn't even care at this point.
That's seemingly fun. Can't gloat over him. He's all around.
Just do it anyway.
All right. Do you know of any way that Maul can be stopped or that the bombs can be stopped?
No, you'd have to talk to Garen, but I don't believe we had any fail-safes.
Okay.
They were meant to blow up, after all.
I guess that's what bombs do, right, Frazzle Fuse?
Yeah.
There's a rule? Okay. Alright. You don't know of any way in particular that Maul himself can be stopped, short of violence, I guess?
He won't be swayed. He was a soldier in the last war, of course, and for him, the war never ended.
Well, war don't change much.
You could say that
Never
it never changes.
I could have said that,
Gone. I'm gone.
but I didn't.
but that's war. War has changed.
Now I'm double gone. So I'm
All right.
back here.
Okay. So he's probably, if not at the Citadel right now, on his way there.
Indeed.
All right, Billiam.
Yeah.
You go to Baron Turducken's place.
Fucking
Tell him that we said to keep an eye on you. Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna stay there. You're gonna sit on your hands, and behave yourself.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go clean up your fuck
the
up.
Dragonborn.
Okay. I will do that.
Okay, team. Here's the deal.
Yep.
We need to get Gem from the Archbishop. And probably, I think, the city drowning in blood is probably something we want to avoid.
Well, yeah, it would be truly outrageous.
Frazzlefuse lets out a.
Human blood fetches a high price in Organism.
I did not need to know that.
Is it an aphrodisiac or what?
The lower horn.
Oh.
Really didn't need to know that. So we're gonna need to go back to the Burnt Citadel. Fortunately, we have our spiffy outfit. I'm gonna say priority 1 is getting the gem.
Well, that's our job.
But stopping Maul would probably be, a really 1.5.
1A.
Yeah.
Let's keep this properly organized. I don't want another lots incident.
Alright. So we got some bullet points on that. That's fine. Because if the Citadel does get blown up, Thrain is gonna roll in on this city, and a lot of innocent people are gonna get killed.
I reckon.
And I think that, thanks to Skylair, we've been responsible for enough innocent people getting killed lately.
That is true.
This is your chance to make up for all that, Skylair.
I said sorry.
So, Depp, we might be counting on your knowledge of other Warforged in this.
You might have to have a meaningful anime discussion with him in the middle of battle about what it means to be.
Well,
yeah, you're gonna have to go full Gundam on in there.
Let's get moving then.
Okay. So we head towards the Burn Citadel.
Alright. Well, since this will be the climactic slowdown, we should pause here.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right.
Try to keep it from becoming the even more burned Citadel.